Hi everyone, welcome to VMS class. In this video, I am going to explain a very important topic, and many of the students are asking a doubt on this, which is get dummies and re-index method. So I am going to explain what is the purpose of this get dummies and re-index and how this can be useful in machine learning model training and prediction stages. When building the machine learning models, one of the most common challenges is handling the categorical data. For example, the dataset is having the gender that can be male and female, cities, any city name, department, product type. All these are categorical columns. Machine learning algorithms can work with a number but not with the text. So therefore, we need to convert all these categorical columns into the numerical columns before training the model. So how can we do that? The pandas has a method that is get dummies. So this method is going to helpful to convert all the categorical columns to the numerical columns. So that is the main advantage of using get dummies method. And however, another new challenge appears during the prediction. So when we are training the model, user is providing some data, but that data or columns generated during the prediction may not match the columns exactly which was used in the training. So to solve that problem, pandas provide another method that is reindex. Okay, so these are the two methods we are going to use. First, to convert the categorical data to the numerical columns, and reindex, which can be useful for proper alignment for the prediction. So I will explain this with a simple example so that you can understand this concept clearly. For example, I have a data set. The dataset contains three features: gender, which is categorical, city, which is categorical column, age, which is a numerical column. Now, here we are going to predict whether a customer will purchase a product or not. The target column is by product, which is 0 or 1. 0 means no, the customer will not purchase the product. 1 means the customer will purchase the product. Now, first create the data set. Okay, this data set, I am considering that as a training data set. Step 1 here, creation of the data set. You can notice that first I am importing the pandas as PD. I am creating a data frame which contains three columns: gender, city, age. By is the target column. So consider these three columns are input features and by is considered as a output feature. I am displaying the training feature here. Let's copy this and go to the Google Collaboratory and execute this cell. I am showing you what is train underscore df here. Now you can observe this. This is my training data set. Gender, city, age, by. Out of these three input features, gender and city are the categorical columns. We need to convert this categorical data to the numerical data. So how can we do that? So for this, we have this get dummies method. Now, converting the categorical data using get dummies method. Because the machine learning cannot understand male, female, Bangalore, Chennai, all these values. So we are going to convert that to the numerical columns. So how can you do that? So let me execute this cell here. Try to understand here. I am creating a data frame x underscore train pd dot get dummies method. For this, I want to convert all the categorical columns to the numerical columns. So for this, I am passing the train df of all the columns. So if it is a categorical column, then it is going to convert to the numerical. If it is a numerical, so the column will keep as it is. Now I am going to display x underscore train here. Notice the difference here. The first column, let's say gender. So gender has two values. For that, it is going to create gender underscore female, gender underscore male. If the value of the first row is a male, then gender underscore male will be true. The other one is false. The second sample, if female is true. That's why, because the second sample is female, the other gender underscore male column value will be false. So like this, it is going to create two columns for the gender. And similarly, city has three values. For that three values, it is going to create three different columns here. For the first row, the city is Bangalore. That's why city underscore Bangalore is true. The remaining two columns are false. So like this, get dummies method is creating new columns for the existing data frame. Okay, hope this is clear, right? Now I am taking this data set, okay, x underscore train, then I am going to train the model. Let us go to the next step here. So first understand what happened here. Gender column, we have two values. That's why gender underscore female, gender underscore male was created. City column has three values. That's why three new columns are created. City underscore Bangalore, city underscore Chennai, city underscore Hyderabad. Like this, it is going to convert. Basically, this concept is called one hot encoding. Okay. And in this video, my intention is not to explain what is one hot encoding and all the details. So my intention is to fix one kind of error, that is mainly reindex. Okay, I will show you what is the error we are going to get and how we are going to solve that error with the help of reindex. Okay, now I want to train the model. By using any method, we can take logistic regression here. I am importing logistic regression. Now x is the input features, that is x underscore train, all the input features. Now y is the target variable, train underscore df of by. This is the target variable. Now I am going to create a model object here. I am training the model by using model.fit of x comma y. Now the model is ready. Okay, logistic regression model is ready. Now we can evaluate this model on the test data set. Okay, if you have created the test data set in the training itself, you can directly test it. Now, what is the problem? Okay, will occur in the real time. So the user can give the data as per the form which we are giving, right? For example, try to understand. The user is providing gender equal to male, city equal to Chennai, age equal to 40. So this is the data the user is going to provide. Try to understand. So the user is giving gender is male, city is Chennai, age is 40. So three column values the user is going to provide. So you can see the data frame test df which contains gender, which contains city and age. User don't know what are the columns we have taken during the model training. Please understand this point. User don't know what are the columns has considered during the model training. Now, what we will do, try to understand. If I try to give model.predict here directly, okay, for example, try to understand. I am going to let us take predictions equal to model dot predict of I am passing test underscore df. If you pass this, immediately it is going to give error because what are the features okay needed during the fit time? See this, we have around five features, right? So we have and like totally five features, but how many features you are passing? Only city and gender you are passing, right? So this is the problem you may get. Okay, so age is already there, so no need to worry about the age, but some of the columns are missed. So what we have to do here, so you also do the same process which we have used during the training. Okay, try to understand here. If I use the try to convert x underscore test equal to td dot get underscore dummies, okay, of, so which column I am going to take the data frame here, test underscore df. Let us use the same process, test underscore df. Okay. Now I am going to display x underscore test. So try to understand here. Even though if I use the get dummies method, now we are getting how many columns? Only three columns because gender male has only one value. Okay. Gender male is true here basically, and city is Chennai. For that city Chennai, true. Okay, so we got this kind of data. So even though if you give this, we will get the error. Predictions equal to model dot predict of x underscore test. Okay, so even if you do this, we will get error. So try to understand. Now we have provided how many columns? So we have provided three columns: age, gender underscore male, city underscore Chennai. Right, but during the model, how many features we have given? So during the model training, how many features we have given? So in that case, so three more features are there: city underscore Bangalore, city underscore Hyderabad, gender underscore female. So these columns are not there in the test data. Hope you got the point, right? So you can notice that. Try to understand the difference here. Let me remove this. Okay, I will display what are the columns which we have taken during the training. For example, here x underscore train dot columns. X underscore train dot columns. What are the columns we have taken during the training? You see this: age, gender female, gender male, city Bangalore, city Chennai, city Hyderabad. For example, I am taking x test dot columns. How many columns you are giving during the testing? You notice that age. So age is there. Gender female is not there in the exit test. Okay, but gender, okay, male is there. Fine. City Bangalore, which is not there in the test. City Chennai, which is available here, but city Hyderabad, which is not available here. So we need to add three more columns in this order only. Okay, so this X test will be re-indexed. Try to understand. So X test will be re-indexed as per the training columns. This is a very, very important point. We need to re-index the X test columns according to the X train dot columns. So once you got that, then you can predict using the model. Okay, but now very important question. So here user has provided age, gender male user has provided. But what about gender female? One new column will be created. So that new column will be filled with the zero because user is not giving the female, right? So if it is a male is true, then other one is female. That is true, right? So if male is true, then female is zero. If city Chennai is true, then city Bangalore and city Hyderabad will be zero. So that's why we need to use a re-index method here. Okay, so the syntax of using this is something like this. Okay, try to understand. Now I am going to modify this x underscore test, right? X underscore test dot re-index of columns. So how you want? So columns will be train underscore columns. So you can check it whether this x underscore, okay, we have saved it or not. Okay, somewhere. Okay, so if you have not saved, what you can do? So you can use this x. Okay, so you can take this train underscore just to save the data. Okay, equal to, okay. Now columns will be as per the train columns. Okay, the columns will be as per the train columns. The fill value, if the column is not present, then you can fill with zero. So then we are creating a new, okay, set of data frame that is containing in the same order of, okay, you see this same order of the training. Now you see that gender female is 0, gender city Bangalore 0, City Hyderabad 0. So these are the new columns which are added as per the train columns. So the new columns are filled with the 0. Now, this is the data frame which is properly aligned with the trained column data. Okay, now you can directly provide predictions equal to model dot predict of okay x underscore test. Okay, now you can display the predictions here. Okay, so now you can display the prediction. So this is a very important point. So what is the purpose of reindex here? After reindex, we are going to get something similar to the one which we have used in the training. Okay. So what did the reindex do here? It added the missing columns. So three columns are missed in the test data frame, right? That three columns are added and those three columns are filled with the 0 because the user is selected male and Chennai. So the missing columns becomes gender underscore female equal to 0, city Bangalore equal to 0, city Hyderabad equal to 0. And after that, it is going to arrange all the columns as per the training data frame. Okay. So that indicates that the structure is exactly matches to the training data. So how the training data? We have the same structure as the training data, save for the prediction, right? So now you can easily go for the prediction. So that is going to predict your output. Okay. So try to understand how the workflow will be. It's a very important point. During the training phase, if you have used the get dummies method, then store the columns x underscore train columns. You can store it x underscore train dot columns. You can store in the train underscore column. Then you can train the model. Then during the prediction phase, what you can do, if user is provided some input, user input is this one. Okay, you can take the okay get dummies method on the user input. Okay, after that you have to take x underscore test dot reindex columns equal to train underscore columns fill value equal to 0. Now this is the test data which is properly aligned as per the training columns. Okay, so this is helpful so that you won't get any error because many of the beginners directly will take the text data and pass to the model, but it will show the error because some of the columns are not there. Okay, so that model is going to throw the error. I need few more columns also like this. So that's why you need to just store the columns during the training and re-indexing at the prediction stage so that the text data will be in the proper order, so then the model can predict in the same way. Okay, this is a very important interview point of question, so please try to watch the video again and test this example also cell by cell so that you will get more clarity. If you need more kind of interview questions, please subscribe to our channel for getting more updates on computer education. Thank you. I will see you in the next lesson.